Okay, Tyler, we're live.
Hello, and welcome
No
to the shit show.
Yep.
Today on is this considered Vampires of Vitae? Welcome to-
well, I mean,
what is this?
so
what is this?
We are.
What's happening?
Yeah, you can look at it a couple of different ways. We are Vampires of Vitae. We're also Wizards and Wine, but this we are working with in conjunction with Pop Culture Cosmos and Free League Publishing to bring you these games.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like free link and
Shout out from the headquarters of Pop Culture Cosmos.
There we go.
Today,
Yeah.
we're bringing you this spicy deluxe of a game known as The Forbidden Lands by Free League Publishing. Ooh, everybody say ooh.
Ooh.
Now, this is a really cool company. We played a little bit of Vaesen with one of their dice systems, and their dice systems are pretty universal throughout their game mechanics. They differ based on the game, but the base idea is pretty similar with the D6 system and the sixes being successes and yada yada. Combat will differ a little bit, but you should have a decent familiarity with what it is to play a Free League game.
Yep. Also, there's a little bit of crossover currently with the new critical role system that they're putting out there. If you've checked that out, you can use some of those rules to be in here. Yeah, they're doing a D6 as
Or
well.
you can look very deeply into what Free League Publishing has
Well, yeah,
to
yeah,
offer.
yeah. But what I'm saying is, if that's what you're more accustomed to, you can find something that, like, we use D&D terms to try to get us halfway there. So. Yeah.
But this is I've been reading through this for the past couple of weeks. I have done not a minimal amount of effort, but I'm trying to look at this as picking it up for the first time, reading through it and just trying to run it, which is kind of what the book says that it can do. So we're going to kind of run with that with, like I said, I've read through a decent amount of both the Player's Handbook and the Game Master's Guide. The one thing that we'll be playing is a module called Weatherstone. They're like mini events, essentially, or encounters that have already been fleshed out. They have these really cool roll tables where you can build a village with the D66 table system. So you can build a village, you can build its population, you can build what they're known for, what kind of mayor it is, what the issue is, all you can basically build everything with just dice rolls. Or when you want to get your players to a point of interest, you can go to one of these. I think there's 3 or 4 of them in the back that are fully fleshed out mini adventures, points of interest that you can kind of plop anywhere onto the map to get them into. From what I've seen and what I've read, it's more of a way to get them introduced into the game because it's already fleshed out. It gives everybody kind of like, it takes a little bit of weight off of the GM and allows the players to kind of explore stuff. So the one thing is it doesn't have a recommended level on it, and I have not played with the combat too much. So if I kill you, I'm so sorry. The only thing
You'll just get character creation 2.0.
I will say if you come across an enemy, and I will try to bring it to life as best I can, but what you should know is most creatures in this game are deadly. The difference between Dungeons & Dragons and Forbidden Lands is that in Dungeons & Dragons, you are adventurers already, and you go out to become heroes. In this game, you are just people who are going out to possibly, if you survive, become known adventurers. There's a level of difference. Like, you're not starting at level 1, you're starting at level 0.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Your commoner
You
stats,
are a
basically.
farmer.
You've not done much. So I'm going to paint
Sandwich shop.
Yeah, so let me paint a little bit about what Forbidden Lands is for those of you at home and for those of you at the table. So a brief over there, and there's a detailed history of this. And if you want to read it, I mean, they have like 1,000 years of detailed history in this book. It's insane.
The images are gorgeous. The book itself is so
Yeah, the
tactile.
illustrations, a very, very 80s vibe to it. Very cool. I love the ink prints on it. But what your characters would know most of all is for the past couple of 100 years, there was a blood mist that would appear at night. It would blanket the lands, and the Forbidden Lands are kind of its own little pocket area of a larger world, and like that's why there's so many different races and everything. And there's a lot to go into about that. There's like the Alder Wars and the demons and warriors, and it's crazy. But At some point, throughout all this warfare and bloodshed, there was a blood mist that blanketed everything. And it happened every night. And it happened for about 200-300 years, something like that. And what that meant is that you could never leave more than a quarter or half day away from where you lived. Because at night, this mist would come in, and if you were caught in the mist, you disappeared. You did not return. There's a caveat to that. Some people did. They turned it into kind of a religious thing. They're called the Rust Brothers. And they saw it as more of a deity. And one of the ways that they would induct other people into their religion is to throw them into the mist. And if they returned, they were a Rust Brother. So it is possible to transverse the mist, but the secret of transversing it is either closely guarded or unknown. It could be luck. It could be divine intervention. There's no real understanding of what happened. But it did create this cult of people that could walk through the mist, and they were very dangerous religious zealots. Then, about 5 years ago, 3 to 5 years ago, the mist stopped happening. No real rhyme or reason. It came, no one knew why. Stayed for 300 years, and then it left. So for the past 300 years, the world outside has become overgrown. Castles have become outposts, have become empty vessels of what they once were. You've got villages that have grown into small empires because they had to survive with what they had. You've had other villages that perished because they couldn't get the resources that they needed because they relied on trade. It's a new world for your characters. And for whatever reason that you've decided, you have brought it upon yourselves to go out there and make something more of the world that is now open to you. After about 5 years of nothing happening, you felt that it's safe enough. You've heard rumors and stories and legends of people finding wealth and finding castles that were turned into ghost towns that just have all of this treasure that's untouched for 300 years. And you think, wow, that sounds pretty fucking cool. Sounds way better. Sounds way better than what we are doing.
Drippy I shall be.
Yes. So your characters, and for the purpose of getting you to Weatherstone, I'll say that you've been on the road for a little bit now. You've experienced some trials and tribulations. You've helped capture and kill an ogre with a village that was taking children and eating them in the night. You managed to narrowly avoid being picked clean by a griffin that when you wandered into its hunting territories, you had to weave through the trees and sacrifice a horse, you know. So you've experienced the dangers of the world. You're not familiar with it, but you have an inkling of what's going on. It's a dangerous land. It is a land that is seemingly teeming with demons and strange creatures, as well as villages and strange people. There's a lot going on. So, and we'll get into your characters in a moment, but you've decided to, once you've gotten past this kind of forested area where you've had a couple of your adventures and gone off the beaten path, you've heard whisperings through talk in little villages and, you know, a trader here and there that there is a place in the mountains where there is supposedly a great treasure that has been, so far as the legend goes, untaken. It's still there. And you've gotten little bits and pieces. You know the general direction. You know kind of where you're going. You're kind of scouting the area to see, is this place real? You hear the word Weatherstone, you know, which is supposed to be some kind of castle, or maybe it's a keep, or maybe it's a cave. You've getting these conflicting stories. Nothing's really matching up, but the name Weatherstone keeps popping up, and the word treasure keeps popping up, so it was worth checking out. So that's what we're going to be getting into. But before we dive into the beginning of this grand adventure, let's talk a little bit about your characters and what you think you've been doing for the past couple of months, maybe the past year. Take it away. Literally nobody but me.
Okay, I can start since I'm the outlier of the group. I am playing B. She is a halfling peddler, is her position, her profession. So she just like collects stuff. She's a bit of a pack rat, but she has this big like haversack kind of thing that she carries around and has various things that are probably useless to anybody else, but she's been collecting them for a while.
Is your character interested in treasure and building that kind of thing, or is it more like knickknacks and curiosities?
Probably more knickknacks and curiosities.
Maybe like relics.
I wouldn't even think it goes that deep, to be honest. I think if she finds like a weird bug or weird plant or that kind of stuff, I think she probably keeps a hold of that.
So your call to adventure for the Forbidden Lands is just to see what's out there.
Yeah.
And you've ran out of interesting things at your place.
Yeah, yeah.
And you found very interesting things. You've found a really cool stick. You found,
Yes.
an engraved rock with a language you don't
rocks.
understand.
Yeah, the rocks that I have
it's
found.
It's probably just a throwing stone that somebody was bored and engraved, but you've got
Yeah.
these weird knickknacks and curiosities. Okay, so you're enjoying just the exploration of everything.
What was your name, sir?
B.
B.
Like
Beautiful.
the letter. Here you go.
Robbie, please, God, tell me who you're playing today.
Quaffed as am I. Food sucks most places. Hunting I do. Food truck I want to build.
Okay. Interesting stuff.
Food truck.
And in English, please briefly describe your character.
Yes. No, I'm playing Quaffed. I'm a hunter, hence the enjoyable for different kinds of meats and whatnot.
Okay.
My treasure is actually the things that we are killing and how I could possibly season them. I think it will be a lot of fun. Me and my brother have essentially adopted B.
Because you're a goblin, right?
Yep, because she is a halfling and I am a goblin. So
For those of you who don't know, they're not familiar with Free League Publishing, or with Forbidden Lands, the lore for halflings is that there's a kind of a 50-50 chance when you have two halflings or two goblins that they will be one or the other. They are the same race but different. It's kind of a strange thing to say. So basically two halflings could have a goblin child, two goblins could have a halfling child. I don't know if a halfling and a goblin ever fuck, and I don't know what the recessive gene rate is for that, or if there's a 25, 50, I don't know.
blue eyes.
Anyways, you come from the same stock, essentially. And the goblins tend to be the protectors and outliers of the halflings. The halflings are the partiers. They tend to be a little pudgy. They sing their songs. They're kind of carefree, whimsical. They
it's
collect
perfect.
knickknacks. Yeah.
Of who
So
food
what?
truck
It's
you
a,
think
it's
I
a
build?
utopia. And then goblins are more brutish. They're more into fighting. They eat their meat raw or very rare.
Well, I'm a little bit different of a goblin. I found a great way to make money on halflings because we adopted one. And they and she was really picky.
but
she
you-
was really picky
But
when we were going.
you still eat your steaks rare.
Oh,
don't you?
I eat it. Yeah, that's stupid. But I found money in halfling food.
So you're a huntress, or are you looking to free? Because there's a base of in the game, and we're not really going to get into it because there's so much to this game that we're really just
Scratching.
we're just trying out the combat,
Yeah.
seeing the general vibe. But one of the big things is to build a base of operations, to build a fort, to build kind of thing. So what would be the vibe you think of your fort, like a hunting lodge, or
literally a town hall with 2-drink minimum and a wonderful tapas bar.
so open to the public.
Sorry,
but
did you say
also-
tapas or topless?
Both.
tapas.
Yes.
Well,
Topless.
Welcome to Topless Tapas.
Tuesday.
that's its name. It shall be.
Tapas.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So, no, I think my motoring, because generally speaking, you wouldn't have two older goblins taking care of a halfling.
Yeah.
I think through her pickiness of eating, I figured out a market.
Gotcha. I will say that the morality in this game is very in the gray. You're not really heroes, So it is okay to be selfish. It is okay to do what you want to do. You're not quite murder hobos, but the kind of vibe I got was
Sure.
you're thieves.
Yep.
You're plunderers. You're Indiana Jones, which is not to get into it, a little problematic to just go to a to a
He
random.
said it, but belongs in a museum.
and then he didn't do it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the vibe that you are. Like you're like,
Yeah.
whatever's out there is up for grabs,
Yeah,
and
no.
I'm going to use it to benefit myself, kind of thing.
My take advantage of is raising a halfling child, realizing that food was a real thing that they care about.
Yeah.
And they can't hunt, so I can. So instead of taking out the middleman,
I love the idea of a faction of bandits that also have a thriving bed and breakfast.
yes.
That being said, brother from another mother, but still of the goblin color.
Whoa.
Tell me, Sean, about your guy.
I am Dingle.
Wasn't expecting Dingle.
All right, let's get right into it.
There we go.
Continue, Dingle.
It's like it's an I am Groot situation.
Yep,
That's all.
I am Dingle.
Oh, good God.
Brother thinks you we go. I am Dingle. I like rocks. I fucking hate it here.
Oh, man. Is that the solution to like being nervous in RPG? Just,
I think so. Yeah.
just get your character to not talk.
Play a barbarian.
Just one
I am
word.
Dingle.
He has a head injury.
I am Dingle.
You can pass me a napkin. On
So
your
tell
way.
me a little bit about Dingle. What's Dingle into? Dangling?
Yeah, Dingle's a dangler.
So he's a thief.
Tripod.
Yeah, he's rogue, so yeah, probably he's very thievy.
Okay.
Not too smart.
Okay.
I'm saying he's a little stupid.
Into shiny things, kind of.
Yeah, but like almost like savant, like good at rogue stuff, but also just a dipshit.
Yeah. Not going to make the best
it.
decisions, but probably won't be caught doing the dumb
sure,
decisions
yeah.
that you
Oh
make.
my god.
Kind of
So your call to adventure is more of the money variety: jewels, gold, silver.
Yeah.
Those precious metals that that you see.
Shiny stuff.
Yeah, you see a crown and you're like, I want that crown.
Yes.
Okay.
And
kind
rare.
of like the Niffler from Harry Potter series kind of
Right,
feel.
Niffler. Yeah.
Yep. So he's really great at doing it. Just
Just does it.
does it.
What was your character's name?
Quaff.
Quaff.
Coiffed. Is that like a? Never mind.
How do I get his name is Dingle?
All right, so we got B,
We're
quaff,
thinking
dingle.
past tense on a quaff. I'm just,
Yeah, right. Well, to quaff is a real thing to do.
If I swear to God, if I TPK you, we're gonna have a funeral and it's like he was Dingle.
Yeah,
How do you want to be remembered? I am Dingle.
I am Dingle.
That's all the headstone says.
Yeah.
Not even a date. Just
fan of berries.
Okay, so we've gone over a little bit briefly about the history. We've talked about a little bit about what you've been doing. So you've gone through the forest. You're getting more into rocky terrain. You can see as the pathway starts to become less dirt and grass and more of the rough stone of a mountain. And you see less and less trees as you go forth. And a less hospitable road awaits you. You look behind you and you can see the lush green forest. You can see pretty much a vast expanse that you have maybe explored a teaspoon of. But you're walking away from the beauty and relative security of the dangers of the forest because there's a tree to climb. There's more of an open feeling, a vulnerability. You've been traveling up this mountain. It's not grueling. It's a steady incline, but it's boring, if anything else. On your second day, a fog starts to roll in, and the visibility is low. Maybe, I don't know how meters work. Is 50 meters a lot? 100 feet.
There we go.
Just stick with what
Everything is
Go with
meters.
feet.
and
Go
I'm
with
like,
feet.
I don't know.
Go with feet.
American.
Yeah, right, yeah. Go with feet.
So about 80, 100 feet.
Okay.
And then just nothing. You just can't see beyond that. There's a haze. It's not a thick fog, but it's enough to create silhouettes of the rocks and the boulders and adds a level of creepiness to it. A chill kind of runs down your spines if you look too deep into the fog. As you're traveling without any real direction now because there's no map. There's down and then there's up. You're following a rough-hewn road that was perhaps once well-traveled, but now has given way to the weathering and the inconsistencies of no travel. And then I want... do you have a spare character sheet? I don't remember most of the...
I don't think I have a spare one, but
Okay.
I think there's a copy of them in here.
Okay. Just
me-
because I'm going to say perception, and that's not a fucking thing. Hold on.
As you're looking, I'm stacking up little rocks that wouldn't normally be stacked, and I've written a little note. Join us at the Greasy Spoon.
like advertising.
Yep, advertising little mile markers You know?
I thought you were just taking them and like throwing them into the woods.
No. Like I'm stacking, like, you know, ever gone to like a creek, like gone camping and seen like stones that are specifically stacked?
I'm Canadian. I know exactly what that is.
So like, yeah.
It's a no-no.
An Inukshuk.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And now they will know we were here.
Yeah, right. It's a marker. So like on this road that like people don't know. Because
Okay.
they'd be like us. They'd be like, when they get there, they'd be like, where the fuck is this greasy spoon?
No, it's easy. So it's like exit 12.
We're gonna
first, right?
We're gonna save people's lives too, because they can follow us to the greasy spoon.
Without the survival or scouting check, I'm going to tell you, you two, the brother and the daughter, this road is so untraveled.
Okay.
There is nothing going on. You've been traveling for 2 days and you have not even heard another horse. You've not smelled a campfire. There is fuck all happening. There is
So,
isolation happening.
So I'm
And
handing
you're
that pamphlet.
advertising.
and he's
Yeah.
advertising.
I love it.
It's like
in Delaware.
No, that's like going to like the middle of the Mojave and, and putting a post-it note on a cactus, being like, "You've gotta check out this burger place in Michigan."
Spoon greasy it is.
Okay, so you said you're a hunter,
Yes, I am.
so you can all give me a scouting check, but I want a scouting check, which is your wits.
So you do just those 6. So you just roll 6D. If I had 3 dots.
If you've got, what do you have down here?
Scout. So I got 2 plus. So scouting 2 plus 6. 3 plus 2.
So 5.
5. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh shit!
I'm rolling 4 because I don't have anything in scouting, but I do have 4 in wits.
Okay.
I'm going to use the dice tower. Oh my God.
Oh, neat.
I got 2 successes.
Oh, very good. With 4 dice, very good.
Yes.
I also got 2 successes with 3 dice.
Oh my god!
3 successes.
Wow, great start, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, that doesn't happen, by the way.
By the way, this system is brutal, and we will get into when you see the combat.
Yeah, that is not normal.
2 6s.
You need 12 dice.
Yeah. What's a percentage?
Oh
Of
my
Yeah.
God.
So 2 successes, 3 successes. So, B and Dingle,
Oh yeah.
as you're looking around, you kind of stop for a moment on your little horses, and in front of you, just on the precipice of the fog, is a yellow-eyed deer. It looks large, and it is kind of silhouetted by the fog. Coiffed. I'm never gonna remember these fucking names.
Do you want to post it?
I got it.
That's what I did.
Oh, you
B,
got it.
Dingle.
There we go.
Cloth.
We got it. Coiffed. You look up from your rock experiment, and you also see a yellow-eyed deer. Your experience in hunting and game and what it is that it means to be your character for, like, this is your whole thing, is you want, this kind of thing. It is about twice as large as any deer you've ever seen.
Does it look succulent?
It looks silhouetted. The only thing you can really see is the outline of this deer, and you can tell from the distance that it is to where you are. It's about twice as large as you would think a deer to be, and it has these glowing yellow eyes, and it's staring at you stoically, just frozen, staring at you with these large yellow orbs kind of penetrating through the mist.
Blue light special you are.
I don't think so.
I'll take my bow and I'll start to.
Okay.
I'm edging towards.
As you start to
was gonna run.
edge towards it, it, in a very intelligent way, is walking backwards at the exact same rate that you're walking forwards. And as a hunter, this is not normal behavior. This is a sign of intelligence. So you're not getting any closer. I'd say you walk maybe 50 feet, and you haven't gotten any closer, but you've gotten 50 feet farther forward.
It can obviously see me. So then I'll take my bow and I'll stab the arrow into the ground. I'll lean my bow against a bush because we're not in a forest, right? It's kind of more open plains.
Yeah, you have a bit of a cliff face to the left of you and a slope downwards on the right. Very, very mountainous, kind of going up.
Smart you may be. Speak, do you?
There is no response from this large deer, but it is keeping a distance, a very specific distance from you.
Dingle's in the background kicking over rock formations.
I do not notice.
You are zoned in.
I will. Is there any common hand gesture in this region? Like for like, you know, like we would wave. Like, is there like
Yeah,
a
man,
like
yeah.
peace sign? It's pretty universal.
It's a deer?
Yeah, it's a deer.
Like, all legs
like a
mounted
12,
to the ground.
12-point buck.
But it seems super intelligent.
But like the size of a moose would be the best way to describe it.
Right.
But with the body and antlers of a deer, it has the structure of a deer, but the size of a fucking moose, which is, I think a moose is about twice as big as a deer, right?
Oh, at least, yeah.
Okay, so that's about what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Buzz. Look over to you.
But you call me Buzz?
Oh yeah, your name's B.
Yeah, why'd you call me Buzz?
That's what they do.
It's not nice.
You're like a kid. It'd be a nickname.
I mean, jeez. Jeez, Uncle Quaff.
Uncle.
Time, father, again. Adoption matters not. Family is internal.
I mean, maybe you shouldn't go after that one.
Feed us for a week it would.
Well, yes, and I get that, but there's going to be more, and that one just seems different.
And you need specials. Special he looks.
Yeah, but specials are the stuff that's about to expire that you already have, not new stuff.
Shitty practices.
Oh, well.
As you're talking, you hear the deer kind of clops down twice to almost get your attention. And when it does that, go ahead and give me insight rolls.
Insight. Oh, shit. I got
If
some.
you have 0, you just don't roll.
You get one.
You
get one.
roll
So it's just insight by itself. Do I still roll wits?
insight is wits? Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
so it's
roll
your
your
wits.
wits. Okay. Right, because that's your pool.
Yeah, you still have a pool.
1.
1.
Coming up.
By the way, we should have really saved all of this for later because that does
I
not
know.
happen.
The worst time for this to happen.
Damn.
None.
Okay, well. Almost more of a feeling than any kind of telepathic link. But you both, with a brotherly instinct, have like a moment of connection where maybe this thing, and you've been around long enough to know there's strange things out there. It might be leading you somewhere. The way, because you take a moment to think about how it kept its distance but didn't break eye contact. It doesn't seem scared. And now that it's kind of clamped its foot trying to get your attention again, there's, again, the level of intelligence of this animal is,
Beyond what it should be.
you're questioning if it is an animal.
Okay.
Or if it's something else, like a spirit guide or something,
Yeah.
something here. But you have that moment of clarity. You're upset that you keep getting called Buzz by your uncle.
Right.
Father, it is.
So you have
I
that.
have changed her loincloth
A trap could
once
be.
more than
So
once.
you both have that moment of like,
The donkey's dancing.
Yeah, right.
That's what my voice is now.
Oh, that's great.
Tingle. A guide we have.
tinkle, you speak.
Yeah, right.
Stupid rocks.
Yeah, right. Are you just playing dumb?
Tingle. Tingle. Advertisements I make.
Dude, if we can't have two characters that talk normally, it's gonna take so long.
A guide we have.
It seems.
Let's follow.
B.
Well, I guess. I mean, I have to go where you guys go, so.
You don't have to.
God,
In letter it said.
who's taking care of who in this?
So, right? Right?
Aren't they smarter?
leave.
I mean,
He is absolutely smarter than two of you.
yeah, right.
I
Yeah.
didn't want you anyway.
Although we probably like saved her life like 12 times. You know what I mean?
You're grounded. We're outside.
Yeah. Right.
Okay. So I assume you make the decision to follow.
Follow the donkey.
Without killing.
Yeah. So again, you keep a pace, and it looks behind it every once in a while to make sure that you are there, but it stays just on the precipice of the fog as you walk. It takes a little bit of time, but as night is starting to fall, you reach a bit of a plateau, and the fog kind of lifts a little bit. You see the sky starts to clear a little bit, and you get to what you can see is this silhouette of a castle that is carved into the mountain itself, like the side of the mountain.
Okay.
And it is the side of the mountain itself looks like it's cleaved in half, as if with a giant axe. So there are drawbridges, and the actual castle itself kind of zigzags in a strange pattern up and around. I'll show you a picture of it here if you want to take a look. It is not in color, but you can kind of get an idea of what you're looking at.
Oh, neat.
Yeah, one of the things, by the way, for people watching this at home, they really are gorgeous illustrations. They're kind of like
Very Lord of the Rings.
very Lord of the Rings, like printed. Yeah, like printed in an actual book when you had to chisel it into the stone first. Like very cool.
everyone take
Sorry, after, go ahead.
You'll all get a turn. Which had like one of those like projectors, like the teachers
Yeah,
have,
right?
and just slide it down.
Actually, it'd be kind of a cool way to do it. Can I see it?
No.
No. Had your turn.
So as you can see, it kind of zigzags up and through the mountain, and then back out, and then over. So you do get an idea that if you decide to go into this castle, it's going to be a bit of a linear dungeon crawl, for better or worse, because it seems like the buildings are kind of their own individual thing, followed by a staircase, followed by a drawbridge. That's
Yeah.
what it is. So
Dingle, you see a very dangerous look in your brother's eyes as he looks up at it. He goes,
Turnkey. Great restaurant. Wonderful.
Oh my god.
So you see this massive like castle. Not massive. It's a big castle. It's a fucking castle. I don't know. It's like a Scottish castle. And there's a lot of Scottish castles. Anyways, you are stricken by the fact that this place exists. First of all, you can assume this has to be Weatherstone. You've been traveling up a mountain, and now there's a castle that
how famous would that be? Would that be like an American knowing about the Lincoln Memorial, or would
You
that
could
be like
do a lore check if you would like.
How does one do that? Lore. So lore is with wits. So use my wits modifier because I don't have any lore, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. So just 3.
Everybody or?
Yeah, if you want to,
Well, let's roll some dice.
Nope, not this time.
Yeah. I got one.
Whoops. Dropped one. I should have kept it because the one that I dropped was a 6. That's no successes.
So we don't know shit about fuck.
you
I got a 6.
Yeah,
Oh.
he does.
So
I was listening.
Yeah. You're the secretly smart one, just dumb voice.
Yeah. Hey, man. You got a dumb voice.
No. I mean, like, you know what I mean. You know what I mean? Like a classically.
okay, one success.
The Gus voice.
Yep. Yes.
So this you heard in a tavern when you were, information gathering, and maybe you hadn't put the pieces together until now, but the this to be the castle of King Algarod. And he went on a bit of a bender trying to reclaim the land, and he was killed along with his soldiers. And with one success, that's about what you know.
Do we know if he was a halfling?
He was a human.
He was a
He's a
human.
human.
Yes.
Crazy king.
Have we met one yet?
You've met humans.
We've met a human.
You've-
Because I know there's a lot of
Yeah.
distance in
It's
between.
been like 3 to 5 years. You've been to like a human outpost. You've met a couple of different races.
This
of
is
people.
where I've learned about curry.
Yes. Looking at you.
I know you are. I can see it.
Lots of people make curry.
What kind of people make curry, Sean? Lots.
Lots of people.
I make curry.
Most of Asia makes a curry.
Yes.
It's true. I'm trying to read.
A flambe? Would that have been better?
Much better.
Bombay.
With one success, I'm going to give you the basis here, because there's more to it, but it would reveal a lot, and it's only one success. And I don't know whether or not that matters, but for me, it matters. One success is, you've got a general
Why do we
idea.
even use dice?
I know, right? So King Algarod, you understand?
That's a meme right there.
So King Algarod went on like I said, he went on a kind of a bit of a warpath trying to reclaim land. He lost. You know, there was demons involved in this war. You haven't met any demons, but you are aware of their existence, or you've heard of their existence.
Is it more folklore in this world, like a demon, or is like, no, there's fucking demons?
There are scrolls and history texts that
Like,
talk of them, but for the past 300 years, it's hard to tell.
So we don't know if there really is demons or if it's just.
It's like, was King Arthur a real
Stories.
person in this moment? You know, did he have Excalibur?
So, like, we
Like-
look at it like, yes, there were kingdoms and blah, 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 but
Certainly,
not.
you're rediscovering a lot of things.
Okay, cool. So,
You know?
like, unsure.
Yeah,
Unsure.
yeah, there's a level of uncertainty to.
It's actually
to
pretty
this.
cool.
So, I mean, you've seen griffins, you've seen ogres. You find more often than not the stories tend to be true, but there is so much to find in these forbidden lands. There was a sorcerer involved. There were demons involved, but it's a lot of very heavy stuff that you probably weren't listening too hard on. But King Algarod,
This guy's stacking rocks over here.
you know that he was
Unstacking rocks, thank you.
he was a person of interest. He was a mighty warrior. He had he carried a very nice sword. He died, and this is this is a keep.
He is leaving us our world's best bed and breakfast.
And you have heard that there is a treasure associated with King Algarod. He was a king. So where there are kings, there are treasure. So that is with one success. There is a rough idea of, okay, this place exists. This has to be that place. This has to be King Algarod's. Like, this is the Weatherstone, of course. Hadn't put it together. Now it makes sense.
Got it.
And as you are explaining this in as few syllables as humanly possible, to
Big brick
Important person.
Algarod,
rocks.
Like
king.
you're the actual genius. The speech pattern doesn't like fit it.
he just has a stutter.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
You sound like fucking Jonah Hill in Wolf of Wall Street when he gets really fucked up on
Yeah.
Quaaludes.
You remember. That's what I was going for.
Hang up the phone.
Okay. As you are talking,
How's the
and-
foliage? Is it going to be great in fall?
All right. Well, there's really no.
We got to plant trees, man.
Dude, it is so fucking barren.
Worried about planting trees.
That's what my character's about.
Oh, okay.
Do we know this concept of treasure at this point?
You're aware of great riches that exist
Somewhere
out there.
in this-
You know what you're not dumb. I mean, you're kind of,
Well,
but
No,
but
he's smart.
You're
Sounds dumb.
you're smart when it comes to treasure. So you know of rubies, and you know of
Yeah.
emeralds and sapphires and gold and kings and crowns and swords and silver and any other buzzwords you want to throw into what I said. I
Kings
feel
have
like
the
I'm
best rocks.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
kings
Where there's
tend-
kings, there's big fancy rocks.
Yeah.
You're right.
So there are riches, and as you're talking about this, you break away from this site, which is probably the most intense thing that you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I can. Yeah, I got it.
It is intimidatingly large compared to what you have experienced. You've never seen something cut out of the rock. The amount of masonry that would have gone into it, the amount of work is. I mean, it'd be like finding a world wonder to you guys, because you've seen small villages and forested areas. This is big. This is a lot. You do notice that the deer is now gone. It is no longer there.
Okay.
And there's a watchtower. I'm going to read a little bit about it. It looks newer than the rest of the area, or more well kept almost. As the ragged watchtower stands like a newborn next to the stronghold ruin on the cliff behind it. Vines cling to its withered walls, and trails of smoke rise from the caved-in roof. Somebody has a fire going,
Oh shit!
and you can smell meat cooking.
What kind of meat?
Give me
Someone's already in our place.
Give me a survival.
Thrilled I am not.
Survival.
Too much paprika they have used.
Yeah, I don't know what a meat check is, so survival.
I think survival fits, Tyler, honestly. I do. You could
Balls. Nothing.
It's meat.
Smells like meat.
more than vegetables.
All right, as a cook, could I have is there advantage in
I'll
this
give
game?
you. I'll let you roll
An additional
I'll let you
dice?
roll a d12.
Oh.
Shit.
Oddly enough, that was
you
been my
have one.
that's been my worry stone.
There you go. And then, whatever you add, and also whatever you add to your wits.
Should I print more
Wits.
dice
So,
towers?
so
Nice tower.
Or your So if you don't have survival, which you should, I would think.
I don't actually.
Okay. Well, then whatever.
No,
your
I
wits
do. I do. Hold on. +2.
What's happening?
You're gonna
So you
throw
can roll
all
that?
those down.
are. And because this is
put them all in there.
because this is
Smells
meat.
the dice tower.
Jesus Christ, it's just meat.
2. I mean 1.
Smells gamey. Smells maybe of small game.
Smells wild.
You see
Maybe
me just.
maybe a squirrel. Maybe not foul.
Well, I don't think that I'm very good at cooking yet, so you just see me crumble and be like, they're using herbs.
Yeah, you do smell the slightest hint of thyme. Maybe
Maybe rosemary. Maybe rosemary.
as this is happening.
It's gonna be fine.
You see me
It's-
pacing in front of everybody, just
be fine.
upset. I like one of my prized possessions is a ladle that I carry on my back. You know what I mean? That like I'm just like tapping it on my
Can I
shoulder.
go sneak up and see a little bit closer?
Give me a stealth check.
Let's do it.
It's actually kind of fun to play a whole new system that we have no idea how to optimize any of this.
Yeah, right. So Dalb, you kind of give everybody a shh, and then you crouch into your. I feel like you do like a Goblin 4, kind of like in Lord of the
Like a
Rings when
bear
they crawl.
crawl?
You know, Lord of the Rings when they crawl up the stone
Oh, yeah.
towers or like upside down and shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting. You just like get real low to the ground, kind of like a cockroach with your head to the side and just skitter.
Don't do like the whole like caterpillar thing.
You want to take half an hour?
Subtle link.
I wanted to make you sound cool, but yeah,
I
if you
don't
want
want
to
to be cool. This guy's goofy. I like it. You started this. Yuck, yuck.
That was off air. There's no
Balls.
Oh no.
Nothing.
Nada.
Okay.
D6 system, man.
I'm not sneaking up on nobody.
Okay, and then that means I'm gonna do.
Oh, then I rolled one. Fuck, I rolled 2. God damn it.
I think there's some errant D6s in here. That means they haven't been rolled in a
Those
while.
ones were good. And maybe.
Okay, which means I'm gonna roll
What are you rolling for?
the guy.
It's cooking the squirrel.
Okay.
Here's a Superman dice. I don't know how you want to read it, but
Okay, he's gonna roll 6 dice.
all of the S's equal 6s.
No.
Okay, he gets 2
Oh, shield.
successes. So, with his 2 successes, you kind of army crawl inchworm up to the side. You can hear like the sound of leather scraping on stone.
Slunk.
Also, I'm going, you're doing really well.
So sneaky.
You hear
Just bad adventurers.
you hear a light chuckle coming from the watchtower, and he goes, "Please, adventurers,
Oh, Jesus.
join me. There's more than enough for everyone in here. Don't be scared.
Sold.
I continue to sneak.
You there?
I just
You there?
I just run past you. I'm like
Still sneaking.
"Ee."
Sneaking all the way up.
You see a man. How do they describe?
Are you actually running up?
Yeah.
You're still like this.
I'm still mad. Yeah, exactly.
Trying to
I'm
figure out
looking at the bed and breakfast here. Obviously, rooms there.
I haven't figured out that people can be bad.
Yeah.
So I trust everybody.
Oh, how old are you?
I'm young. I'm not like 7, but
Like 30.
young.
So as you run in,
Yeah.
you see a attractive human male in his 50s with graying, unkempt hair, He's wearing a green tunic, gray hose, and knitted finger gloves that protect him against the cold. He's against this cackling fire with a pot of stew, and he is smoking a large pipe. The red embers kind of glowing as he
Nice.
puffs away at it. He
Ooh-wee.
looks very relaxed, and he kind of lays back very haphazardly on his knapsack and just.
My dads are outside.
My dad.
Just want to let you know.
I see that one there, right there. You, sir.
You don't see me.
You're right. Is he always like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'll wait till you meet the other.
It's just like
Can't see you. You can't see me.
Property agents you are. Explain escrow to me.
scroll.
He's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Told you.
Ta-da!
Yeah, right.
Sneaky.
Yeah, right.
He kind of
Didn't
laughs.
work, man. That's great.
He kind of laughs and he gestures to the stew and he's like, if please, if you would like it. I know it is a long journey to get up to Weatherstone, so as night falls upon us, let us talk. Let us enjoy each other's company. Of course, I'm sure you're already aware that the rest of the party has gone ahead without you.
Party that we're a part of. Yes.
Well, I assume that you are all part of the treasure hunters that have gone in.
that's we are.
Treasure. Like, fucking- I can't. I can't.
Last we saw them moons ago. How long since last they went in?
Oh, I met them at daybreak. They've gone in, probably around noon, I would say. After gathering their supplies and asking me some questions, there's Esker Farthing. You're the leader of these people. He's a bit short on words, and I would assume a bit hard-headed. A strong man, but he has that look in his eyes that nothing can stop him until it does. You know what I mean? You know the kind.
Farting is full of gas.
So you're not the first to ask about Weatherstone. He went in, and his followers, they were with me very recently, and they're seeking the weapon of King Algarod, the mighty sword Rustbite.
Rustbite King. Yes, we know that. Cool. Actually, we do know that because of you.
You didn't know the word. You didn't know it had a name, but you did know.
Yeah.
There was a weapon. Yeah.
Yeah. Esker is an impatient man, and they left the stronghold, yada yada. But there is something I never got a chance to tell them. They were in such a hurry, you see, that I didn't get to tell them everything. And it might prove interesting. If you would like to perhaps spend the evening, rest up, by all means, if you want to rush in with the fellow treasure hunters, be my guest. I cannot stop you. I'm simply a traveler that stopped by to enjoy the sights.
I'm focused on this, dude. Does it smell
Yeah,
great?
I was just thinking.
Oh, so good.
Share soup.
Yeah, right.
It's definitely rabbit.
I will take a little saunter up to him, and
He hands
I
you-
trust.
He hands you a bowl.
Oh
a
no
wooden
no no no!
bowl.
Beforehand, I reach into my backpack, and I have found my first turnip.
Oh, okay.
Right, and I'm like
Yeah, I mean, if you want to
thinking that it's like
Yeah.
the world's best thing.
if you want to wait like 45 minutes for the turnip to, I'm personally kind of hungry though. Like
Share soup.
I'm hungry too.
Find treasure.
Yeah, for next soup, use this. She's probably seen 1,000 turnips. He's seen 1,000 turnips.
I would like to start going through my bag and pulling out little trinkets that I think he may be interested in purchasing.
We're not getting anywhere.
So we got a
he laughs and smokes his pipe.
It's like a leaf with a
yes.
brown spot on it.
Oh yes, beautiful. Yes, I wouldn't dare take that from you.
we're just the assholes this game, aren't we?
Yep.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Keep playing.
much.
It's gonna get real bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Cool. So we settle down.
It's gonna get so much worse.
Oh my god. Share soup.
Oh,
Share soup.
it's like being the only clown on the Oregon Trail.
right?
Yes.
People are dying.
You should.
Okay, so we'll figure it out together. So,
Yeah.
so he does. He takes after the meal, after you've all settled down, you've pulled out your your cards. He seems like a safe guy. You're not getting any hints of danger. He doesn't even. You don't see a weapon on him.
Okay.
But as he tells stories, he seems well traveled. He seems to know a lot about the Forbidden Lands. And he explains that he is a traveler, and he's gone around, and he is a bard that takes a deep interest in rediscovering the lore of the Forbidden Lands and understanding. And his passion is to give information to those. He's not a fighter. He's not an adventurer in this traditional sense. He is a man that seeks knowledge in the field. There's only so much you can learn at these libraries. There's a firsthand knowledge that is being lost as this whole world is being rediscovered.
Right.
And most of the libraries are very secular. The histories are what of that area for the past 300 years. You got to go really far back. Perhaps the parchment has faded away. There's lore that is missing, and it is his job to go out there and tell the people of it. So he's explaining these things, and he explains. He says something that he talks about how the King Algarod was undead after death, but now he lies in an eternal rest in this watchtower. And that Weatherstone is still a dangerous place. It is not empty. Many people have gone in. Some do not come back. Those that come back are happy to come back with their life. Some come back with small treasures. But he believes that there is a large cache of treasure still in there, He says the rumors that he's heard say that there is an unholy beast that lurks in there, a creature so vile it could rip the limbs off of an ogre. But there is a way to slay it with the sword of King Algarod. Find the sword, and you can kill the beast. Kill the beast, the treasure is yours. That is what I've heard. Simple, no?
Kill the beast.
Sword is the key.
And from our leader, the story that you know, what chances you give him?
I truly cannot say. I have not been in there. These are rumors and stories, but I have stayed here for a little bit, and I've seen a handful of people come in, and less than a handful returned. If it was not dangerous, this would not be the case. But very few of them return with little more than trinkets.
Do you know if it's down low in the castle, if it's up high in the castle? Any kind of indicator?
Unfortunately,
You're so smart.
Okay.
We haven't figured out like family hugs yet, so I think it's just for me always just
It's moments like this that I appreciate it.
yeah, right.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I haven't had the pleasure of having
So you're the
detailed
emotional
conversation with those that return. Some are injured, some are maimed. They seem keen on leaving, but there is a look in their eyes that there is something not right. Alas, that is the extent of my knowledge.
Okay.
But I tire. So
Jeez.
I'm going to get some rest, and perhaps we talk in the morning.
I'm going to have some more stew.
Please.
Soup.
Yeah, I do try to get
the turnip
his.
should be ready by now.
Yeah, right.
2 hours later.
Yeah. Turnips take a while, man. They're starchy.
It's like a bad potato.
No, it's an awesome potato. It just needs to be used correctly.
You turn in for the night. Get some rest after your travels
That's the girl that eats only mac and cheese.
in a relative safety.
Sure.
He does give you the vibe that like the castle is dangerous. Outside of the castle, nothing seems to really happen.
Okay.
It's,
Yeah.
A bard you say you are.
he is asleep.
Do I see an instrument?
Out.
You do. You see a lute.
I'll try a little.
Stop that.
Please. Please. Please, my boy.
Well, you see, I want the castle we will own eventually, but entertainment we will need.
Well, if you find the sword, kill the beast, take the treasure, and what's yours is yours.
It's like I'm trying to sleep.
Right.
But for the love of God, man, it's 1 in the morning.
All right, I'll turn in.
I'm sleeping in a caterpillar position.
As do I, which is how all goblins sleep in your universe from now on.
right.
Yes, it's always in
A
caterpillar.
reverse V.
Yes, it
Oh my
is.
God.
Every single goblin in your universe sleeps this way now.
You awaken in the morning at daybreak to a cold fire and no bard.
Oh,
Did you take his pot?
There is nothing there.
No more soup.
It looks
no more
oddly.
pot.
Yeah, it looks abandoned.
There was pot. There was pot.
That's what he cooked.
Did he leave his
Oh,
shit?
it was a
No.
pot. Got it.
There is nothing.
Tracks?
There doesn't seem to be a sign of a struggle. It's as if he vanished.
Even as a hunter?
Yeah, you can give me a roll.
Especially as a hunter.
I mean, you tell me how to do that.
Survival or scouting.
Is there a door? Do we see doors?
It's like an open because the roof is caved in, so there's the open sky.
One.
The doors. There,
Surprisingly, man. I don't know how we're rolling so
More
well.
like an
That's
archway then.
there is no struggle.
okay.
There are also no treks. It is strange,
Otherworldly.
maybe, but there are no tracks. He just appears to have left.
Yeah, maybe humans fly.
Possible.
He did mention that he's a bard. You're not super familiar with how bards operate.
Maybe
but
bard is a type of bird.
He's a bardy.
yeah, I am a bard.
Yeah.
Maybe he really was a bird.
Yeah.
He just had a weird accent.
Yeah, could be.
I've accepted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't
bard-
appear to be the smartest of
The
people.
bard
so-
flew away.
Okay, so that brings you to as you gather your things and you set off to at least check this place out. You know, I'm sure there's a bit of trepidation or fear. You know, but there is the promise of great wealth.
Yeah, I mean, me personally as a character, I'm looking at this to be the first B&B. This is my hotel.
So that brings you to the main gate, which is a little to the west, up a little pathway. There's a main gate that would lead into this castle that has been cut into the mountain itself.
By the way, what does Dingle feel about my need to make a hotel?
I think he just ignores it.
Really? Like this will never happen?
No, you've
You
never-
do not have the everything I've cooked, by the way, has been shit.
Yeah.
Like
And it wouldn't be something I
Sometimes
liked anyways because you were
literal
catering
shit.
to her.
yeah, right. You know, but
So
we've
I just
tried our
care.
best. Like we've tried our best. Like we've figured out how to overcook steak. Like that's
Yeah.
essentially the best we can do.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. We figured out you could put it on a stick. You could rub shit on it.
Wow, good stuff.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Thank you, Tyler.
we're on 2 out of 10.
Yep.
we have gotten past the intro. Here we go.
But your world feels
I
lived
can't
in.
wait.
It's hard carrying all that weight, isn't
Yeah,
it?
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a rough seat. It's a rough seat.
I'm used to it. All right, I played enough D&D with your characters, not you. Them two.
Ah.
So you see, there's a drawbridge to the main gate that has rotted through and fallen into the moat. The water is cloudy and smells foul. From time to time, you see ripples in the algae on the surface of the water. There's also a patch of a dark substance on the shore on the other side. So the drawbridge has rotted away. There are just the chains hanging. There are some wood debris and logs on your side, and the water appears to be, you're goblins, so it's going to be more of a swim. That for a man, it would be wading about waist height, but as goblins, it's almost up to your neck.
Yeah.
And halflings.
Milky water sucks. Perhaps chains we crawl across.
You don't get it in your mouth.
Well, the chains, unfortunately, have, because it's rotted through, they've swung back. You would have to get across. Somebody would have to get across to get the chain to them, because the chains are now hanging.
On the other side.
They're hanging in the water on the opposite
I
side.
understand.
We need makeshift flotation devices.
Yeah, there's wood. There are logs that do not appear. There's
Apples, cherries,
they're
very
mostly
small rocks.
They're mostly dry, So you see some. There's wood debris that you could, if you wanted to craft a flotation device, you could attempt to do that. You could try to, if you have like a hook or something, you could try to get one of the chains. It's really up to you.
Are
you
there
could try to
any-
wade through the water.
Are there any normal bog creatures in that water? Like do we see frogs? Do we see dragonflies?
It's a pretty stagnant pool.
Okay.
It's like a it's like a moat.
But it has some life in it,
There's algae, so
but not like a frog, not like a.
it doesn't appear to be like too much life. It's not teeming with life. No.
Okay.
It is a dark, still water. There is a rippling that you see in the algae, but you can't pinpoint it. So
Chances are something lives in there.
Like so, it doesn't feel like a natural body. Also, like
No,
a
it's
moat
a
would be
moat,
pretty
a moat.
stagnated.
yeah, it's a
right.
mode of
I'm
stagnant.
going to start
old
collecting
water.
wood.
Okay.
Just picking up wood. And
Yeah,
moving
if you
it.
want to do like
Smart.
there's a crafting roll that you can do
Oh hell yeah, that's
I'm just
kind of
picking it
interesting.
to use some rope and some debris to try and create a flotation device.
Out
to
of
get-
three of us, who's better at crafting?
I have a 1.
I don't have anything.
Is that survival? Is it crafting?
there's a craft,
0.
and it is strength. So it would rely on who has the best strength.
Oh, God. I only have 2 strength. That would give me 3 dice total.
I got a lot of strength.
I do too.
2, 3, 4, 5. I got 5.
I also have 5, but I have no. So you and I have pretty much the same.
Yeah, why don't you roll, man?
And I'll give you add 1d6 because you're all working together.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't know if that's a real thing. I don't care.
You know what?
That's how we're doing it.
House rules.
House rules. I want successes. I want to
One success.
Okay.
That's a success in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that means
Successes
it
are
works.
big. With one success, you are able to get a raft that it certainly you wouldn't take it out on the lake, but it will. It looks like it'll hold because it's not you're not going far, maybe 20 feet. It really just has to hold your body weight and get you to the other side because the drawbridge is so you're not worried about waves and stuff. So it should, for all intents and purposes, get you to the other side of the drawbridge. Mm-hmm. The side eye that Sean just gave me.
It's murky water.
Yeah. Something ripples the
Before we
set-
get,
you set the tone.
Yeah, right. I definitely want like a long stick, kind of like a gondola.
Okay.
Like so. Can I find this? Okay, the first thing I'd like to do is figure out how long the stick needs to be to hit the bottom of the moat. That would also give me other information.
It's about.
Can we send the halfling
Well,
down for that?
it was like less than 6 feet.
It's about 6 feet of water.
Oh yeah, so 12-foot pole, 10-foot pole.
Okay.
It's a big branch. That's a tree. I got to go find a whole tree.
Ain't no trees out here.
Just tie this shit together.
Damn.
Oh, that's true. There is no forest.
You've got what
Actually,
you got.
you're right. You're actually kind of right, Tyler. There is no trees.
No trees. Not in my world.
How the
We
hell
could-
are we getting across then?
We could push.
Well, you've crafted what wood
We have the
debris there
raft.
was from like the drawbridge and
Oh, okay.
debris.
We have a raft.
We got a
around,
raft. Yeah, but how do we drive the raft?
I mean, it's
with our hands if we have to.
No.
You gotta do that thing where you
We can
like,
makeshift
you gotta,
something.
You gotta
It's gotta
like
be something.
skimboard it.
That's
you
why
get like you get like a rubber disc and then you hit it.
So hold on. That's actually kind of cute. As a family, can we do 1, 2, 3 skimboard?
Yeah, right. There you go. Works for me.
So you're bigger than us, right? But we're stronger.
I think so, yeah.
So
bigger than us?
one brother on the side, one brother on the side,
That's even funny.
bees in the back. So 1, 2, 3 skimboard and see if we can't get all the way across, or
Yeah.
do you want to make what if we don't get all the way across and we're just stuck in the middle?
Well, no, hopefully we have enough inertia,
Momentum.
Yeah.
Thank you to get us all the way over. It doesn't sound like it's a huge gap. So,
Until you roll a 1.
well, more than likely to. So,
But if we're all rolling,
yeah,
Yeah, at least 1 6.
that's all we need.
Okay, so here's what happens.
Okay.
Welcome to Forbidden Lands.
Oh dear.
I take it back. I want a stick.
yeah.
What's the orientation of this raft? Who's where on this raft?
I would probably be towards the back of it.
Like if this is the raft, where's everybody?
Yeah. Okay. So, if this is the front and this is the stern, I'm just gonna put it B. So, B would be back here. I imagine our hunter would be at the front.
Yeah.
I just wrote down hunter. What's your character's name again? Quaff.
Quaffed.
Quaff.
I have no idea how to spell that. Quaft. It is.
It's a real word.
I know it is.
One can
And-
quaffed. It's actually a verb.
And
Oh, there's a T in there.
yeah.
Well, no. Quaffing is a thing that one would do over a pot.
Do you want us to take a break, Ty?
Yeah, actually, let's take a break.
Okay.
It was wafting.
Hey, guys, thank you so much for joining us right here at the Pop Culture Cosmos. Obviously, we're having a little bit of a second with our DM. We will
just a
be
phone
right
call.
back in a couple seconds.
We'll be right back.
Yep.
You start to cross the middle. You're about halfway
We are skimming across the
You're
moat.
skimming halfway across the moat, and then
Oh, shit. Not enough shit in her
It
ass.
seemed a little bit heavy.
oh yeah.
God damn it.
Okay, so it's 1 success. Quaffed, I need a dodge roll from
Oh.
you,
Dodge. Okay.
Dodge it. Quaffle.
which I don't think technically you can dodge this, but I'm giving you the
God
benefit of the
damn
doubt.
it.
Okay, so there's not a word that says dodge on my sheet. You want an agility roll?
Hold on, let me look up.
And then
the
I also
combat.
got a
there is a dodge roll. Hold on, let me.
Okay.
Perform.
So I also have a star on my agility, which I have no idea what that
It could be agility. Just give me a second. Too.
That's because it's like your primary
So
talent.
profession.
So I'm good at this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah. Mine is in empathy. It comes from your heritage, your kin, I believe.
Yeah. Well, some of it does. Some of it comes from your profession.
Yeah. Doom, doom. I like that the book is really well laid out too.
It is.
Is it maybe move?
I will let you know.
It's well laid out. It's thoughtful. It's
Dodge. Fast action dodge. You throw yourself out of the way to your opponent's attack. Reactive action roll move, not melee. You cannot use weapon. If the attacker slashes, you get a +2 bonus. When you dodge, you fall prone. You can choose to remain standing at the cost of a -2 penalty to your roll.
I will not. I will enjoy going down on our.
So,
Oh.
So I use
What
my.
party is this?
So move is based on my agility. So I'll use my agility points +2, right? That
whatever
seems
you-
right.
I think it's whatever. Do you have a? Is there a move?
Yes.
there's a move. Yeah.
Yes. So I'll do my agility +2.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds good to me.
I don't know what the star means, but
Wait a minute.
so I got agility first. This is based on move. So in my head, it would go that much dice +2.
Right, but he's also. Did you say you were giving him no, that was for an earlier
was a-
roll.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So
That makes
5.
sense.
Yeah.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay. So give me a dodge roll, then I'll tell you what happens.
Jesus.
I'm kind of enjoying the
The dice.
the
Tower.
dice tower.
Yeah. You got 1.
Hey, I win.
You don't know that.
See?
What?
I didn't tell you what my roll
I feel
was.
like success.
one.
Oh, you have to beat the.
These are contested rolls now. So, as you are about halfway through the moat, a demonic octopus tentacle
Fuck me.
pierces through the water. It is a inky black and covered in sores, and it goes to wrap around you. You at the last second, because we both got a 1. I'm going to say vampire rules.
Sure. To the
contest-
player.
Where it goes, player. You manage to go prone at the last second as it hits air, and then it's going.
those chinks, and of the chain, like,
Sorry, man.
Jesus, like that's literally the right word. And shoot the arrow.
Nobody said anything.
Your face did. I mean, yeah, right.
Can't help it.
And then like try to pull it back to us.
The rope?
Yeah.
The chain? Because the chain is on your side,
Yeah.
No, the chain. I thought it was dangling by the drawbridge.
which you are now
Yeah,
at.
but we're at the other
We
side.
got
Because you
across.
crossed the moat.
Oh, I thought it flipped it back to the.
No.
Sorry, that I was unclear about that.
So
Never
you,
mind.
You are on this side
Never
where
mind.
the chains are.
I was
Yeah.
incorrect about that.
There you go. So you can see that dark stain. Give me a
I knew you were one of them. I was worried about that thing.
I think give me a I think it's I would say give me either a scouting or a survival.
Scouting or survival. It's the same for me either way.
Yeah, same.
Oh, sorry. Were we all rolling?
If you want to, if you're
Damn it.
investigating.
I got none anyway. So
You re-roll off table.
It was still on the table, so
Yeah, 1.
1. Yeah.
0.
okay. So you can see there is a red stain that you know to be blood. And there is a human arm.
Ooh.
It is somewhat fresh, perhaps a day old, and the black ichor next to it seems to be where you would assume the creature in the moat was wounded. Perhaps the treasure hunting party that went in ran into the same danger and managed to get away, or at least most of them did. It looks like they might have had to cut his arm off.
Any rings or bracelets, jewelry, anything
It's
like
a
that
pretty
on
bare arm.
Is it
unfortunately.
edible?
Is it what?
Edible.
It's temped out, but
Throw it in the moat. Keep the thing
Over
busy.
4 hours.
I mean, we're goblins. We can eat a human, can't we?
We probably could, but she would hate it.
Yeah. I say we just throw it in the water and let the thing eat it.
Actually, that's not. Can we?
Can we put it on the chain and fish with
Yeah,
it?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck.
Is the gate open, or is
yeah,
it?
you can get into
walk
the castle
in?
now. Yeah, you can get to Area 3 if you would like.
Yes, let's do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get to Area 3.
I tossed the arm into the water.
Well, that's okay.
As soon as it hits the water, you see it'll.
We're making a pet.
So fast.
It's like trying to make an alligator a pet. Wouldn't recommend it,
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
especially when it's already an adult alligator.
that's true. We need a little crockling.
You enter through the main gate, and it opens into kind of immediately to like a feasting hall. Okay. You reach a gloomy hall, once a place of sumptuous feasts. Now it is only home
Saucer
to
eyes.
death and decay. What you see is amongst the cobwebs and the dust of this unused area, although you do see some tracks from adventurers past, newer tracks. They could probably be from that treasure hunting party. You see, before you see anything, your eyes kind of adjust to the darkness. It's really just getting the ambient light from the sun outside. You smell mold, death, and decay. And you see there's about 24 soldiers that have looked like they were dying mid-feast almost.
Okay,
They were in various
so it was sudden.
They were in various positions doing something and then died. The strange thing about it is with the age of the war being, you're aware this war happened a long time ago. And with how long it's been even since, the mist lifted, the smell of decay and like the rotting flesh on these bones seems wrong.
Like it should be
They
further
should be
along.
full
skeletons.
Right.
And there's a level of decay to this castle. It is nauseating, the smell. It is, it is, imagine walking into a room with 24 decaying bodies. Not 24 skeletons, but, there's still meat festering on these bones.
Gross.
Any flies? Any actual, like, are things eating it?
Yeah, but there's, I mean,
The natural process is happening? Or
yeah, it seems, but like, again, the thing that seems off about it is that they seem old, like there's cobwebs on them.
But it's still,
They're not decayed enough for
Yeah.
how old they have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get you.
And then if you want to look around the hall, let me know what you're looking for or what you see.
I would like to see if I can grab like a coat of arms or anything like that off of a uniform if they were guards and stuff like that.
Yeah, you see they have chainmail, and the coat of arms is kind of built into a lot of their stuff.
Right.
But I'll say what you can cut off a piece of like the arm cloth.
Yeah, perfect. I'll do that. Take out my little knife and
You can take out a little patch of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a patch of the coat of arms of King Algarad.
I'd ask if there are any helmets, but I'd probably be afraid to put my head in it if it smelled that bad.
Oh yeah, you go to do that and you can see like the stickiness and the goo coming
yeah.
in
No,
strands, kind of like
that's-
peeling a scab.
That's a bit too much.
You okay there, Robbie?
Any other items of interest?
Yeah.
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 Go ahead and give me. Let's see. Endurance, melee, crafting, stealth, sleight of hand, move, multitude. I guess give me like a wits roll. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like wits.
Just wits?
I guess wits. Yeah.
Peeling the scab. It's just so everyone understands exactly what that looks like.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm looking for tonight's menu.
One.
What? You see in all of this mess, on the tables there are silver jugs that would fetch a penny or two. Ooh. So there are silver jugs. You find 6 silver jugs worth about 5 silver coins each.
Okay. I think I could probably fit 2 of them in my bag.
Okay. Grab a couple of silver jugs. They tarnish silver, but they are nice.
What about goblets to match?
You just see the jugs. The goblets seem to be more of like a. What the fuck do they make goblets out of? Glass? I don't know.
That's fine. They shattered
Like
long
lead.
ago.
Like they're lead.
Yeah.
know.
Well, it could be what killed them.
Yeah, right. They died of lead poisoning.
they could
Surprise!
have been horns.
We don't need more than 2, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, right. No, we're just gonna keep this here. This is our new bed and breakfast.
Yeah.
Keep it on the table. We'll just adopt this all later.
You're both in charge of cleaning this room.
Yeah, right.
Gross.
Nothing. There's nothing to really report about this room. The really you after you've pillaged what you see, and you do see like some spots where someone else has taken a jug here and there, you know. But the smell is overwhelming. Kind of pushes you forward
Sure.
deeper into the castle. Once the interest of is there anything in here is worn off, then you're just left with the rot and decay of everything around you, which pushes you up to the next area. You go through, and there is a bridge that is intact, a wooden bridge, and it drops down to a ravine because you're up at this point. It's not a deep ravine, but you know the way you go up a couple flights of stairs and then over, and now.
So there's a bridge in. So like you have like a main meeting hall.
So like you are in the main hall. Then you go up into the.
It's like spires,
the Hall
right?
of Knights. Yeah, you go
it's
into
like
the Hall of
spires.
Knights, and then you go up some more, and now it goes over.
Cool.
Because it's built into the mountain,
Yeah.
so they kind of have to build on top of things. So there's staircases
Right.
and then rooms and then staircases.
Stalactites. And
Yeah, and
lights
so
and-
then it cuts over to another part of the mountain. This is one of the areas where it looks like it's kind of like cleaved. I said like the mountain is kind of cleaved in two pieces. So it says, it's as if the axe of the giant has cleft both the stronghold and the rock below in two and left a deep sinking wound. A single chain spans the darkness of the ravine, and it's obvious there used to be a bridge here. The wall opposite has a yawning portal. Shout out D&D. To the eastern half of the stronghold. So there's a deep ravine, and then you can see the bottom drawbridge is no longer available, and you have like the drawbridge that you have, which brings you Let's see. Two drawbridges could be found here. This location's 4 and 7. 7 has rotted through. Yada yada.
So there's nothing that would show how the previous treasure hunters got through here?
There doesn't seem to be like there is a bit of a you're just kind of following the natural path that you assume they would have also
right, there's nothing to say they actually went this way.
yeah nothing
Okay.
You saw they had an encounter with that beast and there was nothing in the room that you were in except for maybe a couple of jugs missing where there's a ring where there would have been dust. You can see the kind of the table underneath.
Yeah. I like
Now
that.
we're in a ravine.
So there's no blood
No, we're
drippings
looking-
or anything like that?
we're
from
looking-
the wounded yet?
At the very bottom of the ravine, you can see the rotting shells of 2 old wagons.
Oh.
There are chests emblazoned with an old symbol on them.
Treasure.
Give me a lore roll.
Yes.
Just one of us or all three of us?
Whoever wants to give me a lore roll.
None.
2.
My brother's smarter than I am.
Thank God.
So with the 2, you are able to match the emblem that B took to the emblem at the bottom of the ravine.
I like that a lot. That's cool.
So you can see that they are some of the war chests. They're locked, but like they're locked themselves, but like broken into, and they seem empty aside from a few coins and some excrement around it.
Somebody got their stuff and then shit on it.
$100
They were
bills,
so
y'all.
excited they pooped their pants.
All right.
Look, go!
It would definitely be a dangerous attempt to get to the bottom of this ravine.
Yeah.
And it appears that there is not much left
Right.
of this. Totally up to you if you want to.
Reward is not worth the risk.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's literally not go towards that shitty treasure.
Okay, so we move forward.
Yeah.
All right. As we move forward, we get into Area 5. So you go up around.
Do we see any disturbed dirt or dust or any
No.
movement?
Items of
This
interest.
part's kind of outside anyways, so
Okay.
there's a natural weathering to things.
Yeah.
Nothing would really stick.
Yep.
You get up and over, and then up another staircase that kind of carves to the right and up back into the mountain into a larger building. It seems of some significance, and we're going to get into Area 5. There is a heavy oak door on this one, and there is a definite smell of rot and death behind the door.
Dang.
Does it look like? Okay, first question: does it open in or open out?
In.
Okay.
Okay,
Is it locked?
so that means that
No, it does not appear to be locked. You
Oh, jeez.
are able to push.
Just want to push enough to stick my head in.
Okay. You stick your head in. The stench of rot and sharp elixirs exudes from this hall. The chamber was grand once. The remains of silk and old portraits that haven't been torn down still hang on the walls. Now the room is filled with cauldrons, pools, broken pottery, dissection tables, and other items and things. It says items and things, I will tell you. Everything is covered with dust. But to your horror, you realize there are body parts of animals and humans that have been nailed to the walls and seem to have been very alive until very recently.
Oh, shit. That's dark.
we found the last party.
You can kind of,
Yeah.
you do see there are bodies in there.
The bodies hit the floor.
Yeah, there already is so on the floor. The bodies are all on the
Is
floor.
there? They leave a half alive person or dead?
You can check that out if you would like,
I would like to.
because you're currently outside of this, so I can't really give you an answer.
Yeah. I would like to step into the room
Okay.
cautiously. And I just have a look and see if there's any like jars of herbs or anything like that I could add to my.
Yeah. You find some tincture that you can't really make heads or tails of.
It's gotta be good stuff, though.
Yeah, a lot of it is undocumented or
Okay.
has worn away over time. The actual whatever paper that they put on top of the cap is kind of rotted away.
Sure.
You again that you can smell there is a smell of death. It is newer death almost.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to listen for a
Are you
groan.
checking for life? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking for a groan.
You see a couple piles of animals and bodies here and there, and you're going through and you see the vacant eyes and horrified screams cut life short. As you do that, there is a movement from one of the piles of bodies.
I'll grab Dingle and try to start moving the
Okay.
bodies away.
Gross.
You see
Gross it is. A life still clings to one.
you see a man is you see like the naked torso of a man kind of breathing.
I'm sorry.
And as he opens his eyes are a deep black.
Is that normal in this world?
He let me tell you what. He gets forward and pushes the bodies off, and you see a hybrid of a man melded with a scorpion beast. One of his arms is a massive claw.
Does his face look like The Rock?
Back
It
out.
does look
Back
exactly like the Rock.
Thank you.
Back out. Back out. Back out.
I do. I
It
was
is the
going there
Scorpion
to-
King.
He is the Scorpion King.
Very similar, not quite as big, but that idea.
Is the CGI any better? Or?
This one's
Yeah,
way better.
it's so
You can
bad.
see the carapace of the scorpion beast kind of melding in and out of his body, where flesh meets exoskeleton.
No, we don't want any
like
part
a
of this.
melted candle
Can
over
you
a
smell?
Coke can. Okay.
We want no
There
part of
is-
this.
There is a deep fear unlocked within
Yeah.
you immediately.
Yeah.
This is something you have never experienced. This is a demonic entity. This is an experiment, a bastardization of what the gods have created in this realm. All right, am I setting the fucking mood?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
We need
Okay.
to leave.
Yeah.
No, we need to kill.
No, we need to leave.
Is it the only? So is that the only way to progress? Do we have to go through this room for anything, or can I just omit this room and continue
Yeah,
to?
can we just go around it?
Yeah, you're going to have to. There is steps on the other side. He's kind of blocking. And then there would be a door at the top of the staircase. But what he's going to do is he's gonna fucking do a scorpion thing.
Oh,
Is he afraid of fire? I have lamp oil.
I mean,
Yeah.
there.
Let,
I will reward.
Let's be strategic.
yeah, that's
So
probably.
a foul demon creature spawned in the laboratory of Weatherstone, half scorpion, half human. This creature that was never meant to live. The beast is totally driven by instinct and sees all living creatures as potential food. Okay, he is a monster, which is on page 73. So I'm just going to go over what a monster means because we've never gone through what a monster means. So
fair.
I'm going to explain monsters for you very briefly. Monsters themselves are so frightening they cannot suffer from fear. They are immune to all fear attacks, as spells included. As a general rule, monsters cannot be parried, but they can be dodged. Any divergence from this rule is indicated in the monster attack description, so I would let you know. Monsters can themselves dodge, and if they wield a weapon, they can also parry. Monsters are too large to be grappled. Monsters are too large to be shoved. Bipedal monsters can be shoved, but the monster's strength is more than double the attacker's strength. If it is more than double, it requires 3 successes. If the monster's strength is over 3 times, it requires 4 successes. This guy is half human, half scorpion, so I'm going to go mermaid rules. He's got a scorpion bottom, so
That makes sense. It'd be
you know,
way weirder.
hard to shove.
It was just a dude. with
Monsters that wield a weapon can be
He's
disarmed.
just like top heavy. He's like, ow.
Monsters cannot be fainted.
How the hell do you
Can
faint
they be
something?
lit on fire with
Many
a
monsters have
flamboyant-
special abilities in addition to their monster attacks. These are explained in the descriptions. Some monsters also have skills. If a monster has the attribute that the skill is based upon, roll skill dice and base dice as normal. However, the monster lacks the relevant attribute, roll only skill dice.
Okay,
So it gives you a rough idea of what you're dealing with.
Yes.
They're fucking scary.
Yeah.
I cast grease.
Yeah, right. So
okay, so how does one? You said a lot of terms that like are not on my sheet.
I
Like-
left this player handbook for 2 weeks, man. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Can't do what you can't do.
Fainting.
So-
Yeah,
like,
there are mechanics to fainting, there are
Can't
mechanics
shove
to
it.
shoving, there are mechanics to parrying, there are mechanics to dodging. There are a lot
Okay.
of things that you can do as a character.
So I
What about
guess,
tripping? Can I
although
trip
most of it you can't do to
and
a
probably
monster.
encumber.
Yeah. Can I use insight to see if I can see the quickest route past this
Away
thing
it?
to
Yeah, go
the
give
back?
me give me an insight
That
roll.
may be the answer because we don't know how to really. But we still got to fight something because we're doing play testing.
Yeah, but I don't know. This is like Vaesen where you
Yeah, it's like
shouldn't-
Vaesen.
shouldn't
You
wanna
probably
fight.
don't wanna.
I think that I mean, like I got cool. My last stuff was I knew a guy in a bar. That
one.
was one of my secret powers.
Success. You can see that you would have to get past this guy and then up the staircase, and then your best bet would be, if you were to avoid it, would be to try and barricade the door, and perhaps it would lose interest. But
But can I try like 2 distracting shots? Because I got fast shooter. That means I can attack twice in one round as long as I'm using a bow.
well, he's going to get 2 attacks first of all.
don't-
Because
Why do you? We don't want to fight this thing.
That's what I'm saying. Distracting shot was my
No, no,
exact
I'm with you.
words.
I think that's good. And then even with the fire thing, that might be another distraction where we can run.
Yeah, that we can just
Yeah.
get around it. Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing he does is he used claw toss. He's going to, with a roar, the beast grabs an adventurer with his giant claw. Roll for an attack with 8 base dice. Ooh.
Jesus.
Fuck off
And the only thing we can do is move.
and dodge. Ah,
And
I got-
fight.
at
You can
least got
fight. You can
7.
dodge. You can do.
So this is going to be contested, yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Add weapon damage. If it hits, the beast locks its claw around the victim and shakes the adventurer violently. The adventurer must make an opposed strength roll against the beast. If the roll fails, the adventurer is thrown to a near distance and lands prone. So
So you can only go against one person, if I heard that.
he's
correctly.
going for you because you
Yeah.
are pulling the bodies off. Wow, he gets 0 successes.
Oh shit.
All right,
This
all
is
right,
your
hold
chance.
on,
This
hold
is your
on.
chance. This is your chance.
Hold on. And then he's going to also make a whipping tail attack because he gets 2 attacks. He gets 2
So you
slow
don't.
actions
So you don't.
per round.
Okay.
So, a lightning quick tail attack with the beast's tail hits one adventurer. Perform an attack with 10 base dice. Ooh.
Fuck off.
They're monsters.
I think this stresses that we don't necessarily want to fight them.
Yeah, I would say.
No, it's really cool. It's very
Yeah,
interesting.
for
but-
real.
Okay, so he misses with his claw, and then he spins, and his poisonous stinger kind of whips at you.
Yeah.
2. So he does get 2 successes.
And it's going to be opposed, right?
Yeah, so it's going to be.
Imagine agility and move.
Actually, this one is not opposed.
He just gets to do it.
Yeah, so it's going to be 4 damage, but you have an armor rating. So with your armor rating, you can roll whatever your armor rating is as a d6. If you get a 6, you get to reduce the damage done to you.
So I have a helm, which is 1.
Okay?
I got a bonus small shield, which is 1. And I got a leather armor, which is 2.
Okay, so you
would
can
that be
roll 4 dice.
Nice.
It's actually cool. This is a very, almost more realistic way of doing combat in a strange way.
They won an award, so.
Yeah.
And if you roll any 1s, let me know.
Ones? Okay.
Yeah, 1s are
All right.
not good for your armor.
I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not doing the dice tower for this one. Come on, kids. Yes, 1. I got 1 success.
Okay.
And no ones.
No ones.
Okay, so you take 3 damage instead of 4.
How does 1? do
And it's
that?
going to be to your strength.
So your strength's gonna drop by 1.
Oh.
No, your,
So
your
there's
strength is
no
gonna,
health
your sh-
points. Use your strength as your health points.
Yeah, depending on what it affects you. So
That makes a lot of sense, actually. That's kind of neat.
So your strength drops by 3.
Whew.
You can still roll. I'm gonna say you can still.
Holy
I don't know if you can, but I'm gonna say you can still roll with your original, but you need to keep track of how much strength you have lost.
okay. So
And if
when
it-
I attack, I get to still use it. Although it's cool both ways.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's a neat way to do it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say you can still attack with the amount of dice that you have, just to give you guys the best chance. Because I don't know what the recommended level is for this, but
Because I mean, like think about it. Like if you were hitting in a battle, like because we're reviewing the game, right? We're not just playing for fun. We're reviewing it. Like if you got hit in a battle,
Yeah,
you
it's
lose
gonna-
your strength,
yeah, it's
right?
gonna
I mean,
fuck
like
you up.
yeah, your arm's all fucked up. So now you got to try to figure this out after you got fucked up. So that's kind of cool.
How do you get it back?
Yeah, that's a
resting.
better question.
Resting.
Resting.
Yep.
You want to just keep it like hardcore this way, or do you just want me to put down that I am one? So that means my health would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And then you just lost 3.
so it's
Right.
2.
Yeah,
So I'm
you're at
down to 2 health.
Yeah,
But you want me
still
to keep
have-
the 5 strength. to
yeah,
attack.
because it's so hard to roll 6s. So
Yeah.
Super interesting though.
you
Both
can't-
ways
yeah.
are interesting.
Yeah.
Both ways are interesting.
So you guys see, you see your brother and your uncle father.
Father.
He pulls this body off. He thinks that he's found somebody alive. The bodies kind of explode,
then
and there's this
Scorpion King
horrifying scorpion beast. It tries to grab him with a claw attack. It misses him, but then out of anger, slashes with its tail. The stinger misses, but you feel your ribs crack as this massive carapace slams into you, pushing you back and knocking you prone. I think it knocks you prone.
Yeah, you said prone.
Yeah. So you're thrown to the ground.
Okay, cool.
Whoa.
And that is, and then
Ground I am.
Then we're going to. Do you have? Actually, I'm not going to draw cards. Just everybody roll a d10 for your initiative.
D10.
The card system is cool, but you can also just roll a d10. I don't know why you need cards.
I don't have any.
Well, I know
in front of
why.
me.
It's so that you can't pull the same initiative. But it's a d10. Yeah. There you go.
And it's a 6.
Ah, a dice I love. 10.
Okay.
I don't think that helps me
2.
right now.
Okay.
Actually, I prefer not to go first because I'll try to do the first thing ever.
Okay.
I don't have any range weapons.
I do. That's all I got. Well, no, I got a short sword. But.
All right. So with that, it brings you to the front. Quaff, what would you like to do? You trying to fight this thing? You trying to run away from this thing?
Well,
If
I
you
would.
want-
So I am prone. So what does one do?
You're gonna get for your move. You're going to get a negative to your action. So I believe.
Yeah, I remember you're talking fast action and slow actions.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're gonna get a -1 to your move. It might be -2 because you're also prone, but we're gonna say -1 to your move to try and get away from this creature, if that is what you would like to do.
All right. Well, the first thing I want to do is I want to try to distract.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, we should have brought the arm with us.
right.
You want the arm?
But there are arms.
You
in
want
there.
the arm?
What is
There
he
are
actually?
Yeah, but that one's
so-
fresh.
Okay.
These ones are all nasty.
So the bottom's a scorpion, right?
It's a mix.
All right,
like I
cool.
said, it's my best way to describe it is if you melted a candle over a Pepsi can.
Right.
There's flesh and there's can, and it's just kind of randomly spread throughout.
Gross.
So I think the way that this game is meant to be done is like more of like a narrative descriptive to the DM because you're like super underpowered and the things are cool, very very cool and
You do get
powerful
stronger in this game as you progress.
as you go up. But so I think the idea here is to paint a cool picture and let the DM decide if it works or not, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Cool. So if it has multiple arms in the chassis, right? Like
Okay.
you know, like where a car would be with wheels. So it's got a chassis that's
The
got a
scorpion
human on
body,
it.
right.
Yeah, right. So where's my family in direction behind me? Is it to my right or my left?
They're like, I mean, you are pretty close to him, and then you're probably to the left because you were looking at tinctures and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
So then-
you're going to be to the left. You're going to have to go farther than they are, but you are also out of immediate danger.
Right.
So wherever they'd be looking to be, because that's our little adopted kid, I want to fire at the feet and or spines on the other side. Like if your hand's out, I want to, you hit, your head would immediately go this way. I want to try to draw attention away. I'll take 2 shots with fast firing, fast shooter.
Okay.
It's on page 75 if that helps you. I don't know if we need to do this specifically, but apparently I get 2 shots
Okay, sounds good.
with a ranged weapon, and I will be using my bow, short. I had a +2 to it. I don't know what I roll with it. I imagine it's going to be agility and melee? Marksmanship. Agility and marksmanship would probably be my guess.
Okay. Go for it.
Let me just try that first, even before we go for it.
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. It's Olaf. And it's hot outside, so let me get him.
It's a tad toasty.
It's a little warm. I hear you.
That's a decent roll. 3,
Come on, little man.
4,
Come here, little man.
5,
Come here, I will give you my affection.
7, 8. So do I roll this twice because I'm using fast shot? And also, does it cost me anything to use fast shot? Or do I just get to do it?
I don't know, man. It's your character. I got enough on my plate over here, I'll be honest.
Okay. So for this, so for the time being, you just want to do 2 individual rolls?
2 individuals rolls, yeah.
0 the first. Nope. 1 for the first shot.
Okay.
And for the second shot. 2 for the second shot.
Okay. And what exactly are you trying to?
So if they hit, they would take damage, as far as I'm to understand.
Yeah, you would have to roll. So it was
So I hit.
One-
I hit for 1 the first shot, and
plus
2
whatever
for the second
plus
one.
whatever your damage for your weapon is.
Any
So
idea
it'd be
how
1
to-
plus. I think it's like +2 for a bow and arrow.
Yes,
We're
plus
trying to
2.
record,
Hatred.
right?
Hardened. Hardened.
Whatever your, I mean,
Interesting.
whatever your
So the
weapon,
first.
whatever your weapon bonus is damage.
Oh, so 2.
So it would be 3 and then 4.
All right, cool.
So
And
he
the
has-
intention is to bring its attention, not looking at the fan. Like if you have a right hand and a left hand on a table, and I hit you in the right hand,
Yeah.
you would look over
I
to the
mean,
hand that you were.
you can
hitting.
assume where he's looking. He's looking at you.
Right.
You shot him, so he's going to be looking at
Sure.
you as because you're a food source. You know, he is successfully not paying attention to your family.
Fair enough.
He is paying attention to you.
All right.
So,
I think
hold
it's
on, let's see. So his strength is 12.
Jesus.
No, I'm sorry. Silly me. It's 14.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
and
bad.
plus a 5 armor carapace. So for that, he rolls. So for the first one, you said it's 3.
Oh, so he has to beat the number.
So
That's cool.
he reduces that to 2, but his armor cracks a little bit from his 1. And another one. So 4. So it's 2, 3, 4. So he takes 5 damage.
Actually, because we're doing a review, can you break down for the audience how that worked?
So, assuming I'm doing it right, which I'm probably not, he has 14 strength. Now he has 9 because
Okay.
it is attacking his strength modifier. And he's got a +5 to his armor because he has a carapace.
Okay.
So for the first attack, he rolled 5 dice for his armor, and he rolled a 6 on the first one, which brought down the damage threshold. But he also rolled a 1, which broke his armor.
Okay.
So if you roll a 1 on your armor, it degrades.
Okay, cool.
So you have,
right.
you have to pay attention to. So if your helmet is a +1 and you say the damage is going to go on my helmet, or you have to be aware of what's where. So
Okay.
if you have a bunch of +1s and you roll a 1, something has to break.
Okay, that
So
makes
he-
sense because you literally shoot through the
Yeah,
armor,
it
so it
cracks the
ruins
armor.
their armor. Yeah,
So
that makes
he
sense.
has a 4 now on his armor, and he rolled another 6, so it brought him down to 9 instead of 7.
So it's kind of like distillation rules. Like you got to take down the armor first before you
Yeah,
can
the
get into
armor different to Dungeons and Dragons, where your AC is whether or not it hits. The successes dictate whether or not they hit, and the amount of successes adds to your damage pool.
Which
Your
first takes out the armor.
Your armor is a direct opposite to that, where the better armor you have, the more you can roll. Not even as a reaction, it's just whether or not it hits your armor and how much damage it negates.
it's like
you
a-
can negate technically, like with a +5. If you roll really well, he could negate all of the damage. You just wouldn't find any purchase in his armor.
Sure.
So you could get 2 successes and 0 damage. So it can be brutal. He did take some damage. He's looking at you. I will say that combat in here tends to be quick, but as you can see,
This is literally the first time we've done it.
but as
so-
I could say, he did a lot of damage to you. That was not an insignificant. He went from 14 to 9.
Right.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
but he
And do I have to
has like
read-
6 attacks that he can use, and they're all pretty brutal.
do I need to recharge fast shooter or
I'm gonna say no for now. I could be wrong. I don't know that. I don't know. That would,
I would like to.
yeah, it does bring it to you. What would you like to do?
I would like to grab one of the jugs, the silver jugs that I just got,
Okay.
and I take it and like biff it across the room with the same intention of just distracting him away from
Okay.
everybody. I'm trying to create that opening for us to run to the stairs.
Okay. I will say, just for mechanic rules, there is not really opportunity of attacks here.
Okay.
If on your roll you want to run, it just requires a successful move.
Okay,
So if you move, you can. If you just succeed, you can do that.
got it.
So if you would like to just try and leave,
And
you
just
can just
run.
try and leave. Yeah, it just requires your move.
Okay.
if my intention was to distract as you as a DM and using the system, is there ever a reason to do that or just don't even tell your intentions?
Or misdirection, I guess.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
would
I'm
be.
not really sure how it works
Yeah.
in this system,
Cool.
because there isn't really deception rolls
Okay.
in this.
I do have juicy manipulation. You could argue that misdirection is manipulation.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
I will. If you succeed on that, I will allow you to add to your dice pool for fleeing.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
All right.
Is what I will dictate. So if you would like to, you toss the jug, give me a manipulation roll.
Manipulation. Okay. And it's empathy based, so it's empathy and manipulation.
And mostly what
right?
you're trying to do for this is get the attention off of Quaff.
Which I was actually trying to get the attention off of you guys.
Yep.
So
But yours is to get the attention
Down
off
the
of-
hallway.
yeah, off of all of
all
you.
of you. Yep. Jesus, how many dice was that?
At 9, and there's
How did you get 9 dice this early?
3 successes.
Okay.
Hey.
So with 3 successes, here's what I'll paint for you.
She just
You take
disappears.
the
Yeah.
silver jug, right?
Yeah.
You pull it out of your pack. You look at it longingly for a moment.
Yeah.
But there's better treasure to be had if you can survive. You're sensing the gravity of the situation, the dead bodies that surround you. This is truly the rumors were true. Whatever the bard Dalb told you, you see why people don't tend to come back,
Right.
or get very far. You take the silver jug and you launch it against all of those tinctures and floating hands and jars and all the experiments, and it shatters on one of the shelves. The shelf itself kind of falls into the shelf below it and creates this cacophony of glass and oils and gross experiments. And it's enough to momentarily pull this scorpion's draw away from all of you as it looks over defensively, thinking that something is coming towards it. I will, if you're trying to escape, I'll let you all do a move check.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I will give you a +1 to your move,
Nice.
which you don't get a +1 quaff, but you don't get a -1 either. It's going to balance you out
Okay.
because you were prone.
That makes perfect sense. Makes good sense.
God damn it.
So just roll flat, right?
None.
Now, you can push your rolls if you would like.
Yes.
How does one do that? I haven't rolled yet, but how does one
You'll
do
keep your successes and re-roll your failures.
that? 2.
2 successes,
1.
1 success.
I'm re-rolling. I'm
Okay.
pushing.
Is one going to get me
I
out
still
of
got
there?
none.
Still got none? Did you get any ones?
No.
You
thought
didn't
you
get,
already-
didn't get any ones?
I had a 1 on my last pool.
Okay, but no ones on this one.
No one on this.
Okay, cool.
So hold on. We're reviewing. How did all that just work?
Okay, so I had 4 dice to roll, right? So I had because Tyler gave us a bonus dice. That's
Yeah.
why I had 4. Sorry. I was like, uh-oh, have I rolled wrong already? So I rolled my 4 dice. I had no successes. This is working the same way as it did in Vaesen. You can push your roll. You can re-roll anything that's not a success. So I just re-rolled all 4 dice. and I still didn't get any success.
What's the detriment when you fail a push?
There was a detriment, and I can't remember what it was in Vaesen. It's been so long now.
No, I remember exactly. In Vaesen, you'd get a condition.
Condition, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just curious,
Yeah,
what's
probably looking
the
at that.
detriment like for the push?
Yeah, probably looking
Because
at the
these
same
two
thing.
things actually marry each other pretty well.
Well,
Vaesen
if it's
and-
fear, all it's going to do is add to me running.
Yeah.
So, goodbye. Have fun storming the castle. And finally, got to use it, and we were actually in a castle.
No, I was about to say.
Yeah.
You cooked the
Finally.
chicken right.
Finally.
You rotisserie'd. Fat finally fell on itself.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
40, 44.
And I know this is a little bit crunchy for the people at home, but like that's kind of why you're watching us right now.
Well, this is how it would go if you were just sitting with friends.
Yeah.
So desperate to succeed with a skill roll, you can choose to push. I should talk into the microphone.
Yeah.
If you are desperate to succeed with a skill roll, you can choose to push it. That means you grab all the dice that did not come up as a 6 or a 1 and roll them again. So you just re-roll all of your stuff.
Yeah.
You get a new chance to roll. You cannot choose which dice to re-roll. I don't know what that means. When you push, you must roll all dice that did not come up as a yada. You are allowed to push rolls even after a successful roll, but only if rolling additional will increase the effect of the roll in some way. Pushing a roll is not without risk. More on that below. That's what I'm trying to get to. Fucking get to the point.
Yep. I was right there with you.
How a push roll plays out in the story. Skill dice. When you push a roll, skill dice. It was a skill. When you push a roll, ones from this skill dice do not count as failures and can be re-rolled. Hence, this is what I don't see anything saying bad, so you're fine. You
Okay.
What's gonna happen?
For
I'm
now.
gonna tell you what happens.
Yeah, it's fine. Yep.
God. Okay. It's a great system. There's a lot to it. I'm full of D&D and vampire. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
So, it's a fun system. I'm enjoying it. But what's going to happen? 2 successes, 1 success.
Yeah.
You manage to use this distraction to your advantage. You get about halfway up the staircase. You look. You are in front of the scorpion.
Stuffing things in my bag.
You
Yeah, right.
kind of
I just see
stumble.
the staircase getting like destroyed behind us. Like,
Oh, this is brutal. I'm so sorry. So what happens is you kind of book it, and the wetness on the floor from that destruction that you created, you slip and kind of hit the ground right in front of this demon. And as you look up, it is looking directly at you, and it's going to make 2 attacks.
Oh, fuck.
And then it's going to be back to your guys' initiative. But it'll be Dingle's turn.
Dingle. So,
It's up to you, Uncle Dingle.
I'm
So-
up on the. I'm out.
So
so if there is no initiative, just
Here's some
there's
Band-Aids.
initiative. We have-
there is
You'll be
initiative. Yeah,
fine.
yeah. Cool.
It's just that it's playing out in the initiative order.
Yeah.
It was B's turn.
Yep.
B did that. I gave you all the chance to move,
Yep.
but next in the initiative is the scorpion.
I get that with a vampire. Like sometimes it doesn't make sense exactly who
Yeah.
goes in the right order.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whirlwind attack. The beast lets its tail sweep against all adventurers within arm's length. That's going to be you. Roll to hit on each. Man, that would have sucked if you were all there. 8 base dice, so not 10. Base damage 2. All adventurers who are hit are also struck to the ground, so it'll kind of smash you into the ground. 1, 2, 3.
Hooray.
So you'll be pushed prone again.
Which would
kind
be a
of
negative 1.
I'm like
negative.
super prone.
You're not like you're prone in the sense of flavor. You're not like prone right now though.
Oh, okay.
Like you kind of like do that thing where you stand up and you're like,
Yeah. Fuck.
it's only 1 success. I'm gonna give you an attempt to dodge it.
Okay.
So give me your dodge roll.
God.
I gotta say, I'm enjoying this system better than Vaesen. I gotta say.
I do like it. There are fear rolls and stuff. There are conditions and everything, but this is like I said, this is a very, easy introductory to
Sure.
it. I think Vaesen has a lot more.
I got 1.
Okay, so I'm gonna say it barely right over you, and that is going to be Dingle's turn. Would you like to do anything to try and help? You want to attack it? Do you want to like what is?
I'm
what
just
is
a halfling ball on the floor with my big old backpack.
It is your adopted daughter doesn't call you father.
I'm gonna fill the lantern
Yes.
with as much of the lantern oil as possible.
Okay.
Light it
Okay.
and throw it directly on the back of.
I love it.
Scorpion.
I love it.
I mean, it's pretty
I don't
fucking
know.
big. It'd be
I
hard
don't
to miss.
know how to roll it, but give me a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, the only
Yeah.
thing is because it's on
I'd
him,
go-
so it won't block her way.
Yep, not at all.
She can still go around it.
Marksmanship and
Give me marksmanship and agility.
Yeah.
I mean, hard to miss,
0
though.
and 0. No marksmanship and nothing, but I do have agility. So agility.
Well, the
is,
issue is that where he wants to. hit.
No. Are you doing that right? So look at agility. So it's not in alphabetical order. Where's agility? Okay. So and marksmanship.
Yeah, because he's throwing a ranged object.
So I think I'm starting to.
but I don't have anything in marksmanship, but I do have agility.
right. So he's just gonna roll agility.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would hold on. Let me. I want to.
You don't have.
I want this to work. Do you have anything in sleight of hand?
What?
Do you have anything in sleight of hand?
I don't think so.
You're a rogue.
What do
know,
you
but
got?
I don't.
What do you got?
In where?
What
in,
you got?
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, but where?
What are your skills?
Oh,
It's
yeah,
in your
I do have side hand. I got 2.
There you go.
I will. I will allow you to do a agility and sleight of hand because you're trying to light this lantern quickly and then throw it. So there's a level of dexterity that is taking place.
Sneakiness to it.
You know, a roguish dexterity.
Yeah. I was ready to.
I'd get peppered in the forehead. One D3.
Yeah.
D4. Sorry. D3.
I knew what you meant.
Or no, it actually is a D4. Did you get the 6?
2 6s.
Oh.
And I'm gonna say with fire, I love it so much. I'm gonna give you a +3 to the damage. Now, that's probably way too much, but I like it. We're gonna say that's 5 damage, but he has 4 to his armor.
See, this is the interesting part that I don't know anything about. Like, how do you quantify it?
Okay, so he takes 4 damage.
And that's going to go off his strength or his initial carapace? Or
Yeah, this is
his-
all going against his
So, so you go armor first and you beat that down. Then you go strength next and you beat that
Well,
down.
no, the armor just removes some of the damage.
Right, like it soaks it.
No, he's not looking. He's got 5 health. He's not looking great, but so we're gonna bring it up to Quaff. You can, if you would like. You are out of range of the attack. So if you want to also attack this scorpion,
Is B
Does-
behind me or in front of me up this?
You guys
is-
are up the stairs.
You guys
I'm
are
on the
halfway.
floor.
Still down.
B is
I'm
cowering, waiting for.
Yeah, I'm going to run back down to get B.
I'm waiting
you've got
for
a
my 2
ranged-
dads to
you've got
rescue
a
me.
ranged attack. I mean,
Just range the attack. She'll have a chance to roll again to
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, so can I do
in
this?
Crunchy World,
'Cause otherwise it's
she's
gonna
next
be-
in the initiative.
Yeah.
So
Because otherwise, it's gonna
you
be
getting back
moving.
down there, you're gonna have to get another move to get away. You're basically
So it's
saying
not narrative. It's not narratively that
Yeah.
way. All right, cool.
it's more like
It's
you're,
just interesting.
yeah, it's
a
more
whole
like you're
other
up there
concept,
trying
yeah.
to beat it down and create a cover fire to give B enough time to make another roll to move.
Can I use 2 at the same time? Can I use Path of the Arrow and
What are you fucking Robin Hood?
yeah?
No. I'm gonna say it's like you can't cast 2 spells at once as a wizard.
That's what I was asking, but they seem to go in connection.
He split Robin's arrow in twain.
Yeah, right. Can you do that?
Can I put my whole
What do you
quill-
mean? I lost. I'm not supposed to lose. Let me see the script.
You can fit about 15 arrows in that thing.
Yeah, right.
Pull it back.
So the path of the arrow, you can increase the damage with it when you hit with a ranged weapon attack,
I think that's just standard.
but it's based on how much willpower you spend.
But I don't even have willpower.
I
on
know
my
we
sheet.
didn't write that down on the sheet for anybody. I don't think because we didn't think that it would come into a factor of anything. So I think you.
Willpower works. It's been a couple weeks since I looked at willpower.
Yeah, so I think it's a minute. I think we're okay to leave Path of the Arrow out.
No problem.
And then just go
Yeah,
with
just
Fast
go-
Shooter.
yeah,
You get
okay.
2 shots.
I get
so.
2 shots. I'm doing a cool thing. That's
Yeah.
fine. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
So give me those 2 shots. That's good radio.
The dice tower is empty if you want to use it.
I'm gonna make some more dice towers.
Yeah, we should all have
Make
one.
the train.
Have you seen
Make the
the
train.
ones now
Make the train. I have good
where you
ideas.
can? They're
One.
double sided. So you
One.
put dice in one
Oh,
side,
yeah,
and it comes
yeah,
out
yeah.
for one person, it
Which
comes
is
out the
gonna
other
be-
side for another.
First attack.
It's gonna be 3. So it's gonna be 2. So he takes 2 damage.
All right. That's going to be the second attack coming up whenever you're ready.
Yep. Alrighty. Now, if he rolls like shit and you roll well, this could be the end of the Scorpion guy.
I did roll well. 1, 2, 3. That's pretty huge in this game.
So that's total of 5 damage.
Did we just kill the Scorpion King?
There we go.
You just gave me an opportunity to get away.
Yeah, I still think that's what it is.
Yeah.
So
I like
to
to think.
repaint the picture for you real quick.
Yes.
So, as was happening to you, you are cowering, and you look up, and it's kind of lunging back. You just managed to escape that. Dingle, you light this lantern and throw it onto its carapace, and it explodes into hellfire. It starts screaming and thrashing. You take this moment to kind of aim your shot. Now that you're farther away, and there's more of a hunt to it, you fire your first arrow. It finds purchase right in the rib cage. It sinks deep, purely flesh, right in between the carapace. The second shot you get as it's screaming, you get it directly in the chest. It lets out another wail. It kind of flails wildly and then drops as the burning fire kind of eats away at it. The laboratory is now on fire.
Yeah.
So
It's fine. We're
You're-
not staying here.
okay, so as the laboratory kind of catches on these chemicals and
bird shit
elixirs,
Yeah, like,
these bodies start to smoke and catch that flashpoint. You run up the stairs and you slam the door behind you. And that is where we will end this session
Oh,
of
yeah.
the Forbidden Land.
Nice.
Nice.
very fun. Indeed.
Very good.
Yeah.
It's like anxiety inducing, isn't it?
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's so much. Okay, but we'll be back next Sunday, same time, and we will continue our adventures inside of Weatherstone Castle.
So make sure to check us out weekly. Season 3 of Vampires and Vitae
Yes.
is
Coming
on the
up.
horizon, guys. We're going to be
Yeah.
releasing
Giant.
teasers.
Right here, there's going to be a huge train.
real train
It'll be a real train. It's going to
made
be
out of metal, and it's going to
painted
be
perfectly.
It's going to be Steam activated.
It's going to
Yeah.
be imported. It's
play
gonna be-
your game.
we're importing it from Australia. It's going to be
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, if Sean wasn't so good, there'd be no way we'd ever ask us out of him.
we don't
we
even
know
have,
he can do it.
We don't even have.
And we said, hey, can you do it in
rails
2
on
weeks?
our-
We said,
Yeah.
hey, can you do it in 3 weeks? And he said, I can do it in 2.
Yep.
I said, can you do it in 1? And he said, I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
Shenanigans in the next episode, guys. Stand by.
yeah. No, but
I'm really going to push this Forbidden Lands
mean,
thing to us.
I mean, honestly, just tune in for the train.
yeah, right. No, but please check out season 3 of Vampires and Vitae dropping on the 18th of this month. Super excited to have a cast that you'll probably be familiar with, as well as Sean, who is you should be familiar with by now, but is new to the RPG world. So that's exciting, and it's going to be a super awesome campaign. We got a lot of cool new stuff, and I'm personally really ready to get back in the saddle. So to speak.
Oh, I saw what you did there.
And take a big bite out of my ass.
Wow. I was going to say, don't you fucking dare.
Okay, love y'all.